Hello, hello, come into the room. I am so excited to be connecting and talking with you all today. Excuse my tardiness. So I'm a doula and babies come whenever they want, and I had a baby last night / this morning, but I'm still here, still figuring out managing my time. For those of you that don't know me, I am Kaila Matthews, owner of What the Doula. I provide birth and postpartum services in Memphis, Tennessee and surrounding areas. I'm also a lactation education provider. I am a yoga instructor, placenta encapsulation practitioner, a mom, a sister, a friend, a doula coach, a lot of the things, y'all. But the subject that I want to pour into you today, yes, happy Black Maternal Health Week to all of the birth workers, all of the BIPOC Black birth workers on the thread that'll catch this replay and that are doing the works in the communities that need us to support and uplift. I'm going to talk to y'all today about the importance of having a doula and why you need a doula. There is still a trend going on of people becoming doulas and people uplifting doulas and talking about doulas and writing stories and articles about doulas. And there is still a lot of miseducation on what a doula is and what a doula does. I have a little bit of a duality. I operate as a midwifery assistant as well. And yesterday in that role, we got a call. We had a virtual event. We had a really great question. One of the participants asked, let me get this lighting a little better, sorry y'all. A participant asked, what's the difference between a doula and a midwife? And I've gotten really just like kind of a good wrap around the clear-cut difference for people, and so I want to tell just everybody listening into this in case you don't know the difference between a doula and a midwife. A midwife is going to be the medical provider that's going to provide the prenatal care for you, postpartum care for you, and the actual medical care of delivering your baby. A doula is going to provide informational, educational, physical support during pregnancy, during postpartum, and during the delivery. You need the midwife. The doula works with the midwife. Midwives are typically covered by insurance and doulas aren't. And so I find a lot of the people that are connected with me and working with me getting a midwife and then finding out that I'm an additional cost. Regardless of where you're birthing, a doula can be integral to your birthing team. And I find that in out-of-hospital settings, doulas are a value add that you didn't know you needed. And in hospital settings, doulas are a value add you didn't know you needed. Specifically when you're talking about hospital settings, the way doulas add to your experience, they are going to help you navigate the policies and the procedures and the practices that may not work for you as a birthing person, may not work for your birthing choices, may not work for your family's wants, wishes, or desires. And because the providers in the medical model of care are in this bigger system, they do just kind of get caught up in the robotics of like, I do X, you do Y, this is how we get Z. Versus in the midwifery model of care, doulas can add to your experience, and you need us in the out-of-hospital birth setting because a lot of it is on you, and you knowing your body and trusting your body and being able to communicate that with your care provider to know when we need to move to the birthing center if that's where we're moving to, or when we need to allow team to have access into the space if we're birthing in the home. It requires a lot of connection and work, like a lot of pre-work. I as a doula, educate my clients prenatally through virtual and in-person visits where we are talking through specific things. And y'all feel free to drop any questions in the chat as you have them, if you have them. Any question about just like what a doula does and how a doula can add to the experience. But I'm educating my clients on the things that are happening in the various stages of their pregnancy, of their birthing journey, of their postpartum journey, talking to them about the things that their provider should be mentioning, maybe wanting to do, maybe starting to suggest, or, you know, say this is the better thing to do. And then we talk through whether that works for them. We make an informed decision. Sometimes that decision isn't made on the visit. I have the pleasure of supporting a lot of families that look like me and a lot of families that don't. One of the things that I love about supporting my Black and brown families is I am single-handedly, and not single-handedly because it's me doing the work, and I'm connected with some great people that keep pouring into me and that keep help fine-tuning my skill set. But, you know, again, I'm in the room and I'm making sure I'm enforcing the learning and stamping the learning for these people, but I'm helping change how generations are being born and how generations are being parented. Thank you. You know, just last night I was supporting a birth, and there's a new labor and delivery nurse, and she's helping my mama work the baby down. Things, you know, aren't moving as quickly as she wanted to, and her response was, oh, well, let me go get some baby shampoo to speed things up. My mom was prepared for that response because we talked about this happening here in Memphis, Tennessee. Drop something in the chat if they putting baby shampoo in y'all vaginas when y'all birthing y'all babies. Where you at? Because that's crazy for me. But they said they're going to grab the baby shampoo. And my mama immediately was like, oh, no, we brought her on olive oil. The nurse goes, you're on olive oil? You want to put olive oil there? And she said, yeah, you want to put baby shampoo there? Everybody blinked. We got our olive oil. And that was what she had to protect her perineum and to allow her baby an easier access to come out, because it's her body and it's her choice. But she knew that that was her choice. She knew to be prepared for that. She knew to bring that because she has a doula that works in that space often, that has seen people be confronted with that type of forced procedure onto them that they may not have wanted for them or for their babies. And, you know, that's a part of the benefit of having somebody on this side of things. Out here, oftentimes people say, you know, oh, I'm not going to get a doula because I'm going to have my mom there. I'm going to have my grandma there. Yes, on the perineum, around the vaginal opening, but mainly on the perineum, just like allowing to squirt the olive oil. You know, but from what I've seen, what they're doing with the baby shampoo, they're like orchestra constrictors, like putting that thing all in there, trying to get a baby a hair wash. They coming out, and that don't make sense. I really need this lighting to do better for me because the melanin is giving. Outside too. Okay, let's get this right. But yes, that's one of the benefits that, you know, of having a doula that is birthing in these different spaces and places. And I picked up the olive oil tip from working at home births and working with CPMs and CNMs and what they're doing to practice perineal integrity for families. And, you know, it's not just olive oil that I've seen used. I've seen coconut oil used. I've just seen the KY jellies and lubes used. Like, it's your body, it's your choice. You should be able to tell people what's going down there. The baby shampoo thing is so strange. When I first saw that, I was like, this doesn't seem right. It is not right, and it's your choice if you don't want it to happen, and it's your choice if you do want it to happen. Like, if you want shampoo, and your girl, do your thing. But I'm definitely letting my folks know in the prenatal phase that that's happening, so we can be prepared for that. Also, espresso martini break. All right. So back to reasons why you need a doula. I was talking about people having a mom and the aunt and the support system. Y'all, what's your support system? I have not met a support system that don't vibe with me. One, I'm good energy. Make sure you get a doula that's good energy. You should be able to figure that out in a consultation. I have 2 or 3 questions that let me know whether somebody is going to be good energy for me or not. And then I encourage them, ask them, plead with them, bring your partners to the visits, bring your grandmas, bring your moms, bring everybody that want to know who the doula is, what they do is, bring them to the visits. Let them, get a sip of this. Come over here and get one of these. I just had a really thorough childbirth basics visit with a family that brought their mom, they brought the godmom, because we're going to be in the birthing space, and we got to practice. Everybody got to rotate turns to practice hand-on measures, and the mom got to hear how important and integral her birthing experience was in her daughter's journey, and how this was her daughter's journey, and how she could show up for what her daughter wanted. We work good with the partners. Like I want a group thread with my clients, and I got a singular thread with my partners to check on them and see what they need, to give them some inside tips, to suggest some things, to make sure that their head is in the game. Switch out with them, give them a break. Yes, Tiffany, it is important that clients are informed of their choices, and y'all, your mom, your auntie, your sister, your grandma, unless they're in birth work, going to these meetings, on these boards, and these, abreast of these policies, they don't know about these changes. I knew how many people were allowed in the birthing space, and when it changed per hospital quicker than most of the providers knew, because I'm going to the hospitals faster than them, and sometimes it would change from birth to birth, y'all. Another reason you need a doula on your team, regardless of your birthing space, is understanding and interpreting the signs of labor. Since COVID, we've seen uptick in wait times in waiting rooms. I think just across the United States, but definitely here in Memphis, Tennessee, you see certain hospitals, not the same emergencies, certain hospitals being called out and named for having ridiculous wait times or not having enough beds or nurses for people. And part of that is a staffing issue. And I'm going to throw something back on us. A large part of that is I will see people in a waiting room without proper support, not understanding when they needed to get there, waiting, and they could have been waiting at home. Get a doula, man, because a doula is going to pull up on you at your house if you active, and we're going to help get you active, so we can get to the hospital, the birthing center, or whatever to have a baby. If you're not active, we're going to shoot you a text, send you reminders of some things that we practice in our visits, maybe some stuff that we said we would mention, so that you can get baby to work down or work with you to help your body birth your baby. I had a mom that, mom I was supporting, and her water broke. And, in their mind, that was an immediate go to the hospital. Well, there are some other signs of labor. We talked to interpreting that. If our water breaks, one, we're talking about taco. What time did it break? What amount was it? Was it a gush? Was it a trickle? What color was it? Did it have a foul odor to it? Things like that. Once we got our taco down, now we're figuring out our game plan. Are we having contractions? How close are they? How strong are they? How long could we deal with them if they stay how they were, if they intensify quickly in the next hour? Then we're taking a play. How far are we from our birthday location? Were we consenting about checks in the last couple of weeks? Have we been dialogue? All of these things are factors. What are you feeling? Are you feeling pressure in the belly? Are you feeling pressure in the butt? Are your bowels loose? All of these questions really play a role in where your body is on the spectrum, ready to go into labor. And sometimes babies just pop out. I've been there. I've seen it. Sometimes babies should pop out. Regardless, when you have a doula, you are not alone in understanding and interpreting that. Mamas are able to call me at 4 a.m. They're able to call me at 4 p.m. Dads are able to text me, partners, grandmamas, whomever. And that's just on the birthing tip. You need a doula to help you explore your different options once you're in the thick of it. I've been in some, very long birthing spaces and places because we're laying down. Or heard, I won't say my births are long because we're laying down, because my folk move. If you got me, you got me because you want to move and you don't want a bed birth. If you want a bed birth, I'm normally not the doula for you because I'm too all over the place. But I know people were moving, so we can help our babies continue to be in a favorable position and get our bodies in favorable positions to allow our babies to exit. Question: have you worked with pelvic floor doctors for moms with a weak pelvis? Yes. So I try not to use the words weak. are strong, but definitely you can have a tight or you can have a loose pelvic floor. How tight or how loose your pelvic floor can determine how comfortable sex is, the ease or the discomfort associated with a vaginal birth and the possibility of a vaginal birth. It can even contribute to the tearing. I personally see a pelvic floor therapist. She gave me my sex life back. She gave me my life back just in general. I probably need to go back and see her because I'm going through some things right now. But I definitely encourage all of my clients to go see a pelvic floor therapist in pregnancy. If you're a new again mom, that's what I call people that aren't first timers. If you're a new again mom, I encourage you to go see a pelvic floor therapist. Definitely in pregnancy. Certain places and spaces are covered by insurance here in Memphis. I know Darien Butler Regional 1 is covered by insurance. I'm considering a lot of people there. But yes, definitely go to pelvic floor therapy. In addition to seeing a chiropractor, in addition to taking some prenatal yoga, excuse my background, in addition to going to all of these places and providers, because the services are stacking on top of one another and just providing overall wellness. It's definitely good to have an advocate with you no matter the situation. Doula can help focus more on the experience than any stress. Yes, I can take a stressful situation and flip the thing and reverse it. I can make it an informative, educational session for all of those involved. That new labor delivery nurse, she learned some things last night. She learned why a person doesn't just consent to shampoo. She understood why a person would want to use something else and the other things that people could use, and it was done in a nice, like, get bees with honey way. And I didn't take that power away from my client. My client and their partner said the things. I just stood there proud and grinning, like. And then she actually gave me the credit, like she threw me the alley-oop when the lady was like, "I've never heard of this. Let me go check on my charge now." She, my mama was like, "You can check," but I learned this from Kaila. Like I knew to be prepared for that. I've had a good coach. Because that's what it's about, just listening to people and understanding. She told me it was important for her not to tear, and we talked about the reasons why she wouldn't tear. Sorry, I'm in my usual spot. I had to order my little lunch. But yes, no, she was willing to learn. And okay, the other reason you need a doula and you need the right doula, y'all, is you need a doula that isn't, coming into the space of an agenda. I come into birthing spaces, one, to make sure energy stays good, to hold space for my people, but for two, to set the tone for transfers of education and information to continue. And I've done my job right. My clients don't even know that I'm not there because one, what I've taught them has lived on, and two, they're able to transfer what I've taught them to other people to empower everybody in the space to elevate their wants, wishes, and desires. I've been in spaces with the midwives where they'll see me doing something and they're like, "Oh, where's that from?" or "What's that for?" and vice versa. I think that it's important to understand that even though the doula scope is not medical, there are some things within the doula scope that can largely positively impact how the medical providers are able to carry out their role. I've interceded and supported my midwives, or my clients, by giving their midwives some background information or interpreting some body signs or some things from trainings and things that I'm taking, because I'm on the physical side of things. I'm having a couple more touch points with them than their providers are having. That's another reason you need a doula, y'all, because you're gonna have we have a lot more touch points. Specifically for me with my clients, like I provide yoga in their doula packages. I provide monthly activities with my moms. I provide childbirth education classes, breastfeeding classes. And so that's in addition to the prenatal visits. So you're getting to know me. My kids are there sometimes. You're meeting them. You're getting to meet my other families because it's a group learning style. It's a group learning style. It's very, very communal. Doulas connect you with resources, y'all. It's important to have a doula because you won't know you need something until you told your doula what was going on. When my mama was telling me today about this wrist pain, I knew exactly who to send her to, or the thing to suggest, or the tugging in the belly, in the belly band at work, let's try some KT tape. There's certain herbs I can tell my clients about because I know them, I know their diets, I can talk with them about herbs and recommend things and curate blends for them. I can, physically use touch and my energy to change a mood. I can't tell you the number of times my families have just told me, I just need your energy. I just wanted you in the room. You help me feel empowered. You remind me, blank. That's why, you make sure you get a doula that you laugh with. That's going to make sure your choices are elevated. Even when I'm working with some of my favorite providers, I'm working for the person who's paying me, and it's normally the birthday person. Watching the chat as I'm just talking to see if anybody has questions. I'm enjoying the comments. Get my foot in the door as a doula. And so, continue to come to things like this. Look at people who are talking in the chat. Join groups that are talking about mentoring doulas and coaching doulas and connecting doulas and places and spaces. It's Black Maternal Health Week. Everybody in everybody's city is having a maternal health fair, is having a resource fair, is having a virtual event. Get on these things, drop your name, say what city you're in. I walk around in my Melia and my swag everywhere. I'm at a restaurant right now, unapologetically talking about having a doula and why you need a doula on the national Instagram live. Because this is stuff that everybody needs to hear about. This is stuff that everybody needs to know. I will continue to scream in every room that I get in. Get a doula, man. Get a doula. You need a doula. Yes, you need an OB, nurse practitioner, midwife, all the things, but you need a doula on your support team. You need somebody that's going to come to the house and hold you. There's different types of doulas. I didn't go into that. You got a birth doula, you got a postpartum doula. I pull up to my people's houses. I cook meals. I do laundry. I help organize baby clothing. I help with lactation support because I'm a lactation counselor. Sometimes we just keep keying and talking. I bring the herbs for vagina stingers. I pray with other kids. I try to pick up their Target orders. Whatever that is, I'll do that for my families. Looking for classes to audit my hours in New Orleans. It's a lot of doulas in New Orleans. Definitely make sure you join Black Doulas group and the Black Doulas Collective on Facebook. You should be able to connect with some doulas from there. Ways to get a doula, because I'm telling you how important it is to have a doula, but now I want to help you find a solution to get one, because everybody don't have the income or the dispensable income. Sometimes we all have income. Outside of tapping into your network, asking your friends and family, making a PayPal donation page, making a Cash App, a GoFundMe, whatever you have it. Those are ways, grassroots ways you can ask people. At your baby shower, have a box that says my doula fund. Some way that people could send you money. Make a meal train when the baby's born. Tell people the baby's here and put a cash fund on there and use that cash towards your doula. Make your baby registry. Add your doula to your baby registry. Babylist.com. Be here, build your ways to do that. When people ask you what you need, I need some money towards my doula fund. I need some money towards a postpartum shift. I need a lactation class. I need, I literally just say the things. The Dove doula grant, I believe, is still going on. They're giving Black women doulas. Different cities have community doula programs. Search community doulas. I'm hoping that we get out of this trend of new beginning or novice starting out doulas offering free services. Nobody should be working for free. Everybody deserves to be compensated for their work, but bartering services, discounted services, sliding scale services. We all got to be able to put some skin in the game, and when we can't figure out how to pool our resources together to help be able to help each other. Tiffany, put it on your baby shower registry and your postpartum plan. Yes, shameless plug, if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, we're having a Black Maternal Health Resource Fair that's hosted by the Mid-South BIPOC Birth Workers, and it's a collection of doulas, midwives, pelvic floor therapists, massage therapists, mental health therapists, chefs, fitness trainers, lactation counselors, fertility doulas, end-of-life doula. I mean, just all of the things, y'all. Pull up on us and come and see what we're talking about. We got free giveaways. We're gonna have music by one of the hottest DJs in the city. It starts at 6 p.m. at the Greenlaw Community Center. So I'm looking at the chat to see if there are any more questions. I'm about to wrap this thing up here. But just running it back to, let you know how important it is to have a doula. It's in the top 5 things that you want to do to prepare to have a baby. You want to make sure you have a provider that understands and that listens and that provides quality, equitable care for you. You want to make sure that your support team is full of people that understand that your wants and wishes will supersede their needs and wants and wishes sometimes, and that's how it's got to be. You want to make sure that you are birthing in a space or a place that's safe for you and for your baby, and that will prioritize the needs of you and your baby. You want to make sure that you have access to resources, providers, and things to calibrate as needed during pregnancy and during postpartum. And you want to make sure you have a doula on your team to be the glue, to check in on all of that and hold all of those together. A lot of people are going to come to hold the baby. Come get one of these to let us hold you. Get a doula. I really enjoy connecting with y'all and just kind of talking at you, engaging with those of you that went back and forth with me. Please feel free to follow me on my personal page, What the Doula on all social media, whatthedoula.com, for virtual yoga, virtual doula support, lactation support, doula coaching, all of the things. I'm normally going to tap into something that the NBDA is doing because these are my people. This is where I trained, and one of my primary goals of my company is to make sure that I uplift and elevate the Black voice and Black birthing experiences and Black women and men holding space. So I enjoyed y'all. If you're catching the replay on YouTube or somewhere else later, hope to tap in and connect. Y'all be easy. Can I type? Now the light be light. You're very welcome. Thank y'all for tuning in and staying. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for joining in.